Today, Bitcoin is up 2.4%, trading around 9,250. And so far today, the S&P is up 1.35%, trading around 3,172. And we also have a report that miners saw a 23% revenue drop in the month of June. We're going to be talking about why this could actually be a bullish sign. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kevin Svenson, and today we're going to be talking about the price of Bitcoin. Right now, I'm looking at the CryptoWatch asset card list. We can see that most of the top coins are seeing some really nice moves to the upside. Bitcoin up 2.43%, Ethereum up 4.74%, VeChain up 12.5%, and a bunch of other top cryptocurrencies are seeing some extremely nice moves today. For those of you that are in my Patreon, you guys know that the altcoins have been doing extremely well. One of the altcoin picks that I posted in Patreon on June 15th is currently up 67% since our entry. So if you guys are interested in seeing that altcoin portfolio, which projects are in it, you can join the Patreon. Now, one thing I want to bring up is if you scroll down on the CryptoWatch homepage, you'll see this news tab here. One news article that I saw today was the CoinDesk article that Bitcoin miners saw a 23% revenue drop in June. So I clicked on that, and it's pretty interesting to see this. The CoinDesk article is saying that down from 366 million in May, Bitcoin miners generated an estimated 281 million in revenue in June, a 3-month low according to Coinmetrics data analyzed by CoinDesk. And if we scroll down here, we can see the chart. Bitcoin mining aggregate monthly revenue in US dollars, and we can see that we haven't seen revenue levels this low since April of 2019. And looking at the weekly chart, April of 2019 was actually during this consolidation around the 5K level before the major run-up. We just had the halving take place recently. Bitcoin miners are getting reduced rewards, which means they're getting paid less. Because miners are receiving 50% less Bitcoin per block, this is actually technically a 50% reduction in selling pressure from the miners moving forward. They're making less money right now, which means they need price appreciation to get back to those profitable levels. And this is why I think this is actually a very bullish sign for Bitcoin. So we have a lot of other topics to discuss, but before we get further into the video, definitely smash that like button, guys. It helps out the channel a lot if you can hit that like button. Right now, the S&P is up 1.5% on the day so far. The market has only been open for about an hour and a half as I'm making this video, but things are still looking really bullish here. We're getting a nice bounce, moved above that previous resistance from June. A lot of people are still wondering, why is the stock market so bullish right now? Well, in my last video, I discussed that very likely they're adjusting the stock market prices for inflation. We've been seeing a ton of money printing recently. A lot of experts are starting to say that it's likely that we are going to see inflation. And the fact that the stock market is doing so well tells me that the Fed is probably expecting inflation to take place, and they're pushing prices of the stock market higher to adjust for inflation. And another reason why the stock market could be bullish right now is actually the fact that daily new deaths in the United States for COVID-19 are on the decline. We have a rising number of cases for COVID, but we have a decline in deaths right now. And something I tweeted out just about a half hour ago was the United States has been doing excessive amounts of testing for COVID-19, which is causing numbers to appear higher. But the death rate, as we just saw, is on the decline because treatments are becoming more effective. The markets seem optimistic about this data. So even though we're seeing an increased number of cases, there is a decline in deaths right now. So this is good news. Now let's get into the price of Bitcoin. So right now, Bitcoin is still consolidating above a multi-year resistance. We have never spent this many weeks testing this resistance. What I like about this chart is that we have not seen any immediate rejection. We're sustaining prices along it. We're finding support. This morning, we had a bounce, right? A little bit of a bounce up a couple percent. And we have not seen sellers step into the market, right? Every time we hit this before, we quickly got rejection. Now we're sustaining prices. The fact that we're sustaining prices below a major resistance is a bullish sign. the bulls are continuing to eat away at these sell walls, and eventually the sellers are going to be exhausted and the Bitcoin is going to be able to get this breakout and retest 10.5K. This is actually still what I think is most likely. One thing we've discussed is that the 10-week EMA is very important for me, and ultimately the 21-week EMA is my last major indication whether Bitcoin is bullish or bearish. If we hold above the 10-week EMA, things are going to continue to remain bullish. If Bitcoin comes back to test the 21-week EMA, things become a little bit more bearish. And if we break below the 21-week EMA, that's when I become bearish on the Bitcoin market for at least the short term, that I could see at least a short-term trend down to test, prices like 79 to 7,700. I could see that happening in a bearish scenario, but ultimately I'm still bullish on Bitcoin and we're still finding support. And I still think that a breakout at this point is more likely than a breakdown. Also, continuing to look at the weekly chart, we can see that we are in a decline in volume here. We have a decline in volume, steady decline. We have not seen resolution on this decline in volume. And again, guys, we're spending a lot of time at this resistance, which is bullish. We're not getting an immediate rejection. So right now, it still seems likely that this is going to resolve to the upside, in my opinion. If I had to pick a direction, I would say that very likely when we see this next breakout and this next spike in volume, I think very likely Bitcoin is actually going to be moving to the upside. And if we can get an impulse above this resistance right here, if we get an impulse above it with volume, with good volume, breaking this volume consolidation, this downward sloping volume trend. If we can get a break of that downward sloping volume trend, get a breakout above resistance, this would actually set the impulse. It would set the direction for the next trend, which at the very least would be turning previous resistance into new support, getting a sideways consolidation and breaking out. Seeing something like this take place would be extremely bullish, and we would finally be getting out of this multi-year pennant formation. And I think at that point, we would probably be following the stock to flow model here. Right now, Bitcoin is still perfectly on track. And the stock to flow model is actually suggesting that Bitcoin should be entering a breakout pretty soon. I don't really use the stock to flow model all too much. What I do use it for is just to show me if Bitcoin is on track, right? Is Bitcoin on track? Is Bitcoin going in the direction of its usual cycles? And right now it generally is. We're holding this level pretty good. If we get the breakout above resistance, then we would initiate most likely the next major run up in the Bitcoin market. I think that crypto is going to play a huge role in the future of finance. So I would definitely get prepared now, guys. Get prepared now. Don't listen to the pessimists. The stock market is doing really well. Crypto is doing really well. Get involved in the projects that you want to get involved in. Keep your eye on the long term. If you guys are interested in knowing what altcoin projects I'm getting into, you can join the Patreon and actually see the portfolio that I have there. But that's going to be it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Definitely hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you enjoyed this video, and also sign up for the CryptoWatch platform, which is the platform that you guys see me use in all of my videos. You can do your charting and analysis on this platform. You can also connect yourself to all the top exchanges by going to the Exchange Keys tab, and you can connect to Bitfinex, Coinbase, Bitstamp, Kraken, Poloniex, Binance, and trade directly off of all these exchanges, all from the charts that you're charting from. So really, it's a command center for crypto traders and investors. You can do everything you need to do all from one place. There is a tutorial popping up. And guys, now it's all free. CryptoWatch just became free to trade with, so there's nothing to lose. Click that link below and sign up now, and I'll see you guys in the next video.